Hello YouTube, good afternoon. Thought I'm doing a little cleanup around on the motorhome here, and I'm getting ready for our video on Class A motorhomes. And I thought I'd show you something that a lot of people talk about: storage. And I thought I'd show you why a Class A diesel motorhome, pusher motorhome, is probably going to be the best. I mean, the top of the line. It's going to be, if you're really serious about doing this lifestyle and living like you're living in a home, this is one of the things that people always talk about is storage. How much storage can I have in my RV? And they show these little tiny compartments and stuff like that. Let me show you, and not that there's anything wrong with not having anything, not being able to carry a lot of stuff, but let me show you what our RV offers as far as storage. Most of your big Class A's like this are going to offer a lot of storage. There's Class A's that have a lot more storage than this, but this one has quite a bit. So let me show you. Let me turn the camera around. So first of all, most of you have seen my toolbox before, but if you look back in here, you can see that there's a lot of storage in there. If you go all the way across, you'll see there's storage down below, even underneath where the toolbox is. And then here's the storage bin right next to it. So I put a full-size 6-foot ladder in there. I put my barbecue. I got all my yard tools and everything I use. Stuff for my side tenting on my awning. It definitely makes a big difference in space. Our chairs are over there. This one gets used quite a lot for different things. As you can see, keep a fire extinguisher roll, paper towel roll here. This is our propane tank here. It's about, I believe it's 48 gallons. And then right above it is where I keep my mat. There's a little spot there. I put it in a bag. This right here, that's my switch there for my propane tanks. But inside of that plastic cover right there, that's all, you can tell underneath here a little bit, you can see the foam. That's all insulated, heavily insulated. That's my access door for all my tanks. My freshwater tank, gray and black water tanks, they're stacked up inside of there. And that's a sealed compartment. And that keeps things from freezing. Back here is my battery compartment. I have two 12-volt starting batteries and four 6-volt T105 Trojan 6-volt deep cycle batteries, and then there's all my electronics. This is an old rig. This thing has relays and has solenoids. No computerized stuff on this, so it's really easy to service and maintain and figure out what's wrong with things. This is my electrical cabinet, that big deal on the bottom right there. That's full of, I have soldering station, fuses, heat shrink. I have everything I need to diagnose and do repairs on electronics. The bucket above it right there is where I keep all my caulking stuff and weather stripping and all those type of things. And then here's all the different fluids I carry along with me. And then there's my little detail shop right back here, this bucket back here. It's mainly cleaners, car wash, stuff like that. And then you come around the front here and there's a 7.5 diesel generator. It's an Onan. I mean, it's the old style. It's not a quiet diesel, so it's a little bit loud outside. It's not bad at all on the inside, but you hear it a little bit on the outside. So we always try to park away from people. There's my horns, my train horns. I have these 4 hooked up, and then I have 2 on the roof. So it makes kind of a blast when it goes off. And over here, 2 more outside cabinets. As you can tell, you can get quite a lot of stuff in there. There's 4 of those bins right there. There's 2 over here sideways. In this left one, there's 2. And then there's all my stuff that I use for covering my tires, and there's stuff for sugar beets. There's my refrigerated lunchbox and stuff like that. And then this is just basically just extra stuff that we possibly might need on the road. And then this is the other side of that big cargo bay, which is the next to the biggest cargo bay that goes all the way through. And then here's the other one right here. There's 4 deep on that, 4 cargo bags, and then I have some air conditioning equipment that I use, and we keep paper towels and extra stuff like that in there. Then this is the water bay. This is all where our hoses go, and filters and dump stuff. Everything is right inside of there. And then this back here, this is our electronics. That's my 2000 watt inverter converter. And then I keep a spare water pump, and I keep a spare charger, and my transfer switch is down there on the bottom. All my connectors and everything is all in there. And then this has side radiators. So this side over here is the engine coolant radiator, and also the transmission inside of here. Back here is a diesel motor, and this is an older motor. It's a 2-valve, 8.3, 568 cubic inch, 300 horsepower, turbocharged diesel. The best thing about having a diesel motor, or having the engine in the back, basically, is it's really quiet. When you're driving down the road, you can talk. There's no noise. When you're driving a conventional gas Class A motorhome, you have a lot of engine noise in the front. There's just no way to get around it because it's just right there between you and the passenger. It's right there in the center. Makes a lot of noise. This thing is, the only time you hear it is when you stop and you walk in the back, and sometimes the wife goes in and lays down on the bed, and she says it kind of just helps kind of put her to sleep. She can just kind of kick back in there and relax and go to sleep. Another advantage you have in the engines in the back like this is they can put a lot bigger motors. You know, if you had this motor in the front of a Class A, it would tend to really take up a lot of space. And also on this side over here, the AC condensers in here. And I don't know if you can see through the vent there, but I've got my, let's see if I can zoom this thing in a little bit. You'll see a red deal. I have a washable air filter. I've had some comments from different guys telling me that, oh, you know, you don't want them washable air filters because once they get dirty, they start wiping out your engine. Well, the thing about it is I paid the price to get it. I wash it twice a year. It doesn't get that dirty. When you keep them clean, they're great. I run them on everything. I've ran them on all my motorcycles, all my cars. My pickup has a washable, and now this has a washable. Plus I have an Arrow stainless steel 26-inch resonated, I guess you call it a muffler. It's pretty quiet. It's not very loud. Can't really see it too well, but you might get a little bit of an eyeball on it through there. That's kind of an outside walk around on this. But like I say, the advantage to a Class A diesel, there are 2 different styles. Some of the smaller Class A diesels are just going to have little side compartments, kind of like even smaller than this, but they still carry quite a bit. Let me see if I can get that down there so we can see it. There it is. Anyway, on this, it's got the big pass-throughs. It's got a lot of cargo space. I mean, the outside is definitely overkill. You can put a lot of stuff in here. The bad thing about it is you got to be careful because you can really get this thing overweight if you're not careful. So, well, the heaviest thing I have on this thing is probably that toolbox full of tools. And so anytime I add weight, I always try to add it on the other side of the RV. But I have about a 5,000 pound carrying capacity on this. And my as far as towing goes, I can't overload this motorhome and that pickup truck enough to overwhelm the engine. It'll pull 42,850 pounds, so I'm nowhere near that. Probably with everything, the truck and the motorhome, I'm somewhere between 35 and 36,000 pounds. Anyway, that kind of gives you an idea on the outside. I am going to continue on with this. We're going to work on the inside here a little bit, and I want to get going on this Class A thing because I've had a lot of people wanting to know, about Class A's. I was going to do Class C's first, But I will be doing those, but for right now we're going to start on the Class A's and work this out. All right. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and give us a thumbs up. Thanks very much. Bye.